Amazon KDP. My income report may look a little bit high, may look a little bit low, just depends kind of where you are in your process and your journey. This is coming from someone who's 19 and was in college, as well as someone who was working a lot, needless to say. So in terms of marketing, there wasn't a whole lot of it done until later on this year. I'm going to talk about that in a different video. So what's the book about? The book is about two children that end up getting adopted from Haiti during an earthquake back in 2010. It talks about two friends and how they're separated and eventually find each other. This story is loosely based off of my own story of how I was adopted. Um, True story. I was adopted back in 2010. Same thing during the earthquake, and me and my friend ended up separating, ended up finding each other again. So that story just kind of covers that. But it also touches on the fact that family is who you make it and who's there for you and surrounding you in support. It's not always necessarily by blood. Okay, so I know you guys are here for the numbers, so let's get right into it. I was able to sell 100 copies of the book between digital copies as well as prints. As you guys can see here, I was able to sell 94 print copies and 6 Kindle copies. The highest day of sales was June 11th, where I sold 21 copies. The second highest day was June 14th, where I sold 18 copies. As you guys can see, this started with a increasing trend in the amount of sales, and then it eventually kind of came back down, went up, and then it just started going back down into July. I should also mention the Kindle copies were originally priced at about $6.99, and the print copies were priced at $9.99. I'm providing you guys the bar chart just so you guys can see the difference between the line and the chart in case some of you guys see things differently. If you guys prefer the line versus the bar, I want you guys to be able to see both versions so you can kind of see some of the trends. Now that you guys have a better understanding of how many books I sold each day, I can get into the actual numbers of how much money I actually made. Obviously, KDP is going to take a cut of what you sell. So keep in mind that there's going to be a royalty. So this is the estimated royalty, and then I can show you guys what my actual paycheck looked like. Okay, so again, you guys can see June 11th was my highest sales. I earned about $50. My second highest sale, again, June 14th, I earned about $42. And then you guys can kind of see that there's somewhat of a consistency between a few days. But overall, you guys kind of see a high trend, and then it slopes down going into July. You guys should keep in mind that sales aren't actually reported onto your income until books are actually delivered or the order is processed. A lot of the times I would find myself waiting to see order until eventually I just didn't see anything. I just had to be patient. So you guys have to be patient when you're looking at your sales, because oftentimes when a person clicks buy, you're not going to see that sale come up. It's not until it's delivered or there's some other transactions. So what earned me more, ebooks versus print books? I think that's pretty obvious. You guys can see that print books obviously wins in that category. So I had about $220 worth of sales in prints and about $23 worth in ebooks for a total of $242.91. Okay, so what you guys are currently looking at right now is the actual payment that was given to me. You guys can see the payment that I've gotten from the US as well as the payment that I've gotten from India. I received payment from India because I did a small promotion through an Instagram page that was based in India. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a different video. But as you guys can see, I earned 134 rupees, which essentially converted to $1.71 in the US dollar. It's pretty much the same amount that you guys saw in the other image, but this is just a different view of the actual payment itself. Okay, as you guys can see, I was paid in August, and this is because Amazon takes approximately 60 days after the end of the month in which the sales was reported. So essentially, that means you have about 2 months that you're going to be getting your payment. So just to reiterate, this is my own personal first month. Everyone's first month is going to look different. This number may look high, it may look low, just kind of depends on where you are. But I wanted to give you guys a genuine number of what it looked like for me personally, unlike some of the other YouTubers where you might see them getting $1,000, $5,000 a month. And truly, that's not always realistic for everyone. They're putting in a lot of time, a lot of money into their investment. And at the end of the day, is that an investment? But for people like me just starting out, this is what it was like for me personally. That may look different for you, may look different for someone else. But the main point of this is to show you guys that this is something that you should be working towards, that it's your own goals. It doesn't really matter the numbers that you're achieving as long as you're progressing. And this is to show that this can be done. I published my children's book at 19 years old, independently, self published. I researched the information of how to publish it, how to market it a little bit. So this was kind of done on my own and just through learning. So I believe you guys can do it as well. So thank you for letting me share my story of the book as well as just my process with KDP. And I hope to do more videos like this. I hope I can do videos where I talk about the marketing side of it, where I talk about A plus content. And I'm hoping you guys can get a real feeling from someone who might be in the same boat as you guys, just starting out. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to check out my book, as well as the second book I released in December, you guys can find me on Instagram at Stickley Creations, same as my channel. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.